oriented. In other words, he is an institution by himself. His ambition is to place VIT in the top 200 universities of the world. Sir, under your able leadership, VIT will certainly accomplish this goal. Hearty welcome to you, sir. I am glad to welcome eminent personality as guest of honor, Sri Suman Rudra, VP HR, BYJU'S. He had leadership at national and international level, even more memorabilities of working in India, Singapore, Malaysia, Europe, and US. A warm welcome to you, sir. It is glad to welcome another eminent personality as guest of honor, Sri Krishna Pakala, Associate Vice President and Executive Program Director, Cognizant. He has vast experience in IT and worked for Fortune 500 companies of the world. Hearty welcome to you, sir. It is my honor to welcome our beloved Vice President, Sri Shankar Viswanathan, sir. He has been instrumental in spearheading the progress of VIT campuses. With his in-depth insight into the education, he continues to take the VIT brand to greater heights. Hearty welcome to you, sir. I extend warm welcome to members of Board of Management, Governing Body, Academic Council, Finance Committee, Planning and Monitoring Board, Research Advisory Committee, members of Board of Studies and Advisory Boards of various schools. A cordial welcome to Dr. Jagdish Chandra Muruganti, Registrar VIT-AP University. Team VIT-AP comprising Deans, Directors, HODs, Coordinators, Section Heads, Faculty and Staff members. You play a vital role in carrying the vision of the university with great commitment and hard work. A hearty welcome to you all. A warm welcome to members of press and media. I am very delighted to see large number of parents attending this convocation ceremony with excitement and joy. I extend a cordial welcome to all the parents present here. Most importantly, a warm welcome to all the heroes and heroines of the day, the graduates. Dear graduates, despite all the challenges and obstacles that were caused by the pandemic, that were standing strong and high with the greatest accomplishment. We recognize your hard work, your efforts and commitment for coming out with the flying colors. Dear graduates, in academics, in research, in societal initiatives, in national and international competitions, through student clubs and chapters, you contributed and achieved great laurels to yourselves as well as to your institution. Be it academics, be it sports, be it cultural, we name it, you proved yourself. As we all know, VIT-AP University just completed 5 years. In this short span, the achievements are voluminous. The university today stands tall with 11,000 plus students from 28 states and union territories and 10 countries. 37 programs across 7 schools. 350 plus faculty from 25 states and 2 countries. 450 research scholars. 80 plus student clubs and chapters. 820 research papers in Scopus and Web of Science Index journals. 170 plus patent published, 30 plus MOUs with the industries and international universities, 3 centers of excellence. The list is very big. As an emerging university, this is a remarkable achievement. You are all part of this achievement. On this occasion, I would like to place it on record the fabulous placements of our graduating students. We have achieved around 93% placements with 1,300 plus offers, 650 plus dream and super dream offers, More than 950 companies have participated in the recruitment, and we have achieved an average CTC of 6.38 lakhs per annum and highest CTC of 63 lakhs per annum. STARS, support the advancement of rural students, a flagship program initiated by our Honorable Chancellor Sir to support the students, one boy, one girl from each district from rural government junior colleges with complete free education including hostel. I am glad to inform you that 23 students out of 26 STAR students got the placements in multinational companies with many dream and super team offers. On this occasion, I am very delighted to inform you that VIT-AP University ranked number 1 among the emerging state private universities in India in the Outlook University Ranking 2022. This achievement would not have been possible without the hard work, commitment of all faculty members, research scholars, students, parents, and other stakeholders. My dear graduates, I wish you goodness, well-being, and success in your career. I am confident that you will earn laurels to yourselves as well as to your alma mater. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I extend a very warm and cordial welcome to each one of you. Thank you so much. Now, I will introduce the chief guest and guests of honors. I am honored to introduce Dr. G. Sateesh Reddy garu. He is the scientific advisor to Raksha Mantri, which spearheads India's indigenous development of defense systems and technologies. He was former secretary of the Department of Defense, R&D, and chairman of India's Defense Research Development Organization, DRDO. He guides the development of major programs on the missile and strategic systems, fighter aircraft and unmanned aerial defense systems, underwater systems, radar systems, strategic materials, armaments, and futuristic technologies. He graduated in Electronics and Communication Engineering from JNTU Anantapur and received MS and PhD from JNTU Hyderabad. He joined Defense Research and Development Laboratory, DRDL, Hyderabad in the year 1986 and subsequently joined the Research Center, Amaravati, RCI, the brainchild of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam after its formation. He was elevated as Distinguished Scientist in September 2014 and was appointed as Scientific Advisor to Defense Minister in May 2015 and Secretary DDR&D and Chairman of DRDO in August 2018. India's maiden successful test of anti-satellite missile mission Shakti was successfully executed under his watch. Under his guidance, nearly 50 technologies for combating COVID-19 have been developed and about 75 products have been transferred to 100 industries. He is the first Indian in over 100 years to be conferred with the honorary fellowship and silver medal by the Royal Aeronautical Society, London. The Royal Aeronautical Society recognized his contributions towards indigenous design, development and deployment of diversified missile systems, aerospace vehicles, guided weapons and avionics technologies in India. He has received numerous other awards including American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics Missile Systems Award, the Aeronautical Prize, National System Gold Medal, National Design Award, IEEE USA Award for Engineering Excellence and Homi J. Baba Gold Medal. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome our chief guest for today. I am very delighted to introduce Sri Suman Rudra, VP HR at Byju's. Byju's is India's largest edtech company with 50 million registered students and 3.5 million paid subscriptions. Byju's has become one of the most preferred education platforms across the globe. Overall, Mr. Suman had global and successful HR career over 2 decades plus and did leadership role led at national and international level with experience of working in India, Singapore, Malaysia, Europe and US. His area of expertise is in multi-country HR strategy, incubating business teams in Europe, Southeast Asia and South America. He has led business worth of $2 billion with employees across 40 plus countries operating from USA. He has worked in reputed organizations like NTPC, HCL Tech, IBM, NCR Corporation, L&T and now in Byju's. His expertise is employer branding and has led his organizations to years of experience in the field of information technology. He is passionate about using technology to help solve some of the most significant business IT challenges faced by the companies. Having worked with Fortune 500 companies globally, he has delivered meaningful business outcomes by implementing innovative technology solutions, developing agile teams and creating a vibrant delivery ecosystem. Sri Krishna's expertise garnered him the reputation as one of Cognizant's most seasoned technology Apart from his professional commitment, Mr. Krishna believes in giving back to the society as a leader, for which he sets aside his time in grooming next generation technologies. Please join me welcoming our guest of honor. Thank you very much.
I request the Vice President to honor the guest of honor. Honorable Chancellor, may I have the honor to request you, sir, to deliver the presidential address and declare the convocation open.
Our chief guest of today, Dr. Sateesh Reddy, Scientific Advisor to the Ministry of Defence. Our guest of honor, Mr. Krishna Pakala from Cognizant, and Mr. Suman Rudra from Byju's, Mr. Shankar Viswanathan, Vice President, Vice Chancellor Dr. Kota Reddy, Registrar, other distinguished invitees, professors, my dear graduates and parents, very good morning to you. It is really an important occasion, even though it's called the second convocation. This is the first convocation in person, the other one was first conducted online last year. And today 879 students are going to get their degrees in all subjects. At the outset, let me congratulate all the graduates for getting the degrees, because by becoming a graduate, you are joining the elite club of India. Out of 140 crores of people, only 9% are graduates in this country, and you are going to be among that club. We know the importance of education and also the importance of studying in VIT. We chose Andhra Pradesh to start this 7 years ago. Of course, now we have completed 5 years as an institution. We are entering into 6th year. Within these 5 years, now we have grown. The student strength this year is going to be 11,000. In fact, in Chennai, we took 10 years to go to 10,000. In Andhra Pradesh, we have reached it in 5 years. I want Andhra Pradesh and India to grow like this. There is ample opportunity for our youngsters to work and come up in life. And there is no dearth of youngsters in this country. We are one among the few countries where the youngsters' population is overflowing, what we call demographic dividend. And I would very much like our governments, both the union government and the state governments, to take care of these youngsters, give them quality education, even to the poor and the middle class, and give them an opportunity to work. Then this country will automatically become an advanced country. Our Prime Minister wants India to be immediately go to 5 trillion economy, and ultimately he wants India to be a 10 trillion economy. That's why the parents are forced to spend more on education. Many countries, about 140 countries, are spending more than us on education. There is a long-standing demand that 6% of the GDP should be spent on education. So far, we have not crossed 3.5%. And it is time now, in the new education policy, it has been mentioned that our gross enrollment ratio in higher education is only 27% now. It should reach 50%. That's the aim of the government. And also it mentions about increasing the expenditure, public expenditure on education to 6%. It may not be sufficient, because if we want to take it from 27% to 50%, almost had to be doubled. Now, those who are in higher education is only around 3.6 or 3.7 crores among the people, eligible people out of 14 crores. And it has to be doubled, so the governments, both the union government as well as the state governments, will have to spend more on education. No doubt at present we have free and compulsory education up to the age of 14. But that is applicable only if you send your children to government school. If you send your boy or girl to a private school, we don't get anything from government. So that doesn't apply. It is time now, either the government helps the boy or the girl or helps the private institutions so that those who go to private school also will have some help. At present, poor students or middle class students cannot go to private school and they are forced to go to government schools. No doubt, government schools also have to be improved. I studied in the government school. But nowadays, people, those who work in government schools also, they don't admit their children in their school. They send it to some private school. That's the kind of treatment we have. And I don't know how far we will take to improve the government schools on par with private schools. In developed countries, there is no difference. For example, counties run the school in US. It is as good as private schools. That's also possible, but that may take a long time. So I would very much like to give some help to the poor and the middle class. In fact, we are doing it in a different way in Vellore district. I have started a trust. Of course, it's a public trust. I happen to be the chairman of the trust. It's called Universal Higher Education Trust, where we request all boys and girls not to stop with class 10 or 12 and do any diploma or degree, whatever they like or whatever they get. And if they don't have enough means, we give them scholarship. It is 8 years old now, that scheme. So far we have helped 8,000 students and 2/3 are girls. In that way, we were able to stop child marriages also. If the marriage takes place before 18, we call it child marriage. We are able to stop it and they get the degree or diploma. I hope this is the only district doing in the entire country. I hope many other districts will be able to do it, or the government takes care of such things so that you need not go for a private trust to do this. It all depends on the attitude of the government, because we are lagging far behind, because all the countries are now competing. We are in the global competition, and our Prime Minister wants that to compete successfully with other countries in order to become an advanced country. Once it was Europe and US, now even Asian countries are overtaking them. To give you a concrete example, to double the GDP, UK, United Kingdom took 58 years. United States took 47 years. The Asian countries did a miracle. First time, Japan doubled its GDP in 33 years. Then came South Korea, which did it in 11 years, and our big neighbor China did it in 10 years. So we will have to compete with them. How is it possible? It is possible only through education. We give so many things free dhoti, free sari, free mixie, free grinder, etc., but not free education. And people are also not aware of the importance of education. Of course they are aware, but they cannot demand it from the political parties or governments. It is up to the leaders to encourage our people, not to allow them to stop with the schools and give them enough education so that we will be comparable with them. The GER in many countries is above 50-60%. For example, in South Korea it is 96%. Our chief minister, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister wants the GER to go to 80%. At present it is at 35%. Andhra Pradesh gross enrollment ratio in higher education is 37%. And the Chief Minister wants it to go to 80%. It is possible. Only thing is, governments will have to spend, both the union government as well as the state government. We know how, if they invest in education, poverty could be eradicated or reduced, the per capita income will go up. I will give you one small example. In 1960, we and South Korea were together in per capita income. In 1960. Now they have grown 15 times than us. In 1980, China and India were together in the total GDP. Now they have grown 5 times because they concentrated on education. If you take the example of our own states, who spend much on education go up. In fact, UNESCO made a survey and gave the result between 2 states, Kerala and Bihar. You know Kerala is one among the leading states in education. They spend $165 per student per year, $685 per student per year, and Bihar spends $100. The poverty ratio is less than 1% in Kerala, 51% in Bihar. The per capita income is $3,300. The average is $2,500 in India. Kerala it is $3,300 and Bihar it is $700. So it is absolutely clear that a state which spends on education is bound to grow, bound to remove the poverty or bring down the poverty, increase the per capita income. Another advantage of higher education is that it will reduce the inequality, disparity. Already we have so much disparity in society because of the caste system, which is not there anywhere in the world. We have 28,000 castes. That I don't know whether we will be able to remove it or reduce it. But economic disparity can be reduced. We are one among the countries where maximum disparity is taking place. The top 1% of the population controls 77% of the wealth of this country. I am a student of economics. I am always concerned about this. What happens when the country grows? The outcome should be distributed among the people. It's not happening. To give you a concrete example, the year 2000, we had only 9 billionaires in this country. You know what is a billionaire? If he has 8,000 crores, we call him a billionaire. But today, that 9 has become 166. No doubt it's a growth, but it's all going to a few people. That is happening in our country. If you want to reduce that inequality, disparity, higher education must be given to all our youngsters. It is time now that we concentrate on this, and both the state governments and the central government should do something to pay the student, to take care of the students. They need not go for taxation. If they are able to stop the losses which is happening now, this will be enough. For example, public sector undertakings. All the governments are running companies and industries and incurring loss. Central government, after handing over Air India, now their losses come down. Even now it is about 44 and we are crores a year. All the state governments put together, they incur a loss of 97,000 crores a year on an average. If this could be reduced and converted, diverted to education, they need not go for taxation at all. Enough income will be there to take care of education. This is a suggestion I would like to give to the governments, because government is a very bad businessman. It's very difficult for them to succeed in business compared to the private people. But somehow it's going on for a long time. Started during Nehru's period, now it is continuing. And most of the state electricity boards and roadways are all incurring loss. If you run a bus, you will get some 3 or 4 lakhs a year. But if the government runs a bus, they will incur a loss of 5-6 lakhs a year. That's what is happening. And it is time now that we consider all these things and concentrate on education so that we will come up. This state has very good resources, natural resources as well as human resources. It is time now to concentrate, and this state can come up like other states, especially when you have Godavari, Krishna, etc. But that water is going to waste now, going to sea, while Rayalaseema is starving. What have we done in all these years? Our youngsters, educated youngsters must do something. Our engineers must do something. I always remember an engineer from this place called K.L. Rao. When I was a member of parliament, he was our minister. He used to tell us always, if you can connect Godavari to Kaveri and use the surplus water, entire South India's problem could be solved. That was, he used to say, it is 50 years, we haven't done anything. It is time now to stop talking and acting. We should act, we should do something to the people, and it is education which can bring about this change. And I am happy, and I welcome our chief guest and guest of honor, and I declare the convocation open. This convocation of VIT-AP University has been called to confer the PhD, M.Tech integrated, B.Tech and BBA degrees awarded by the university upon the graduates who have successfully passed the examination held for the purpose and have been certified to be worthy of the same.
I now invite the guest of honor, Shri Suman Rudra, Vice President HR, Byju's, to deliver his address.
Thank you for inviting me, sir. I think it's a great privilege and honor for me to be present here at VIT, which is a brand name by itself and institution in itself, and it's a proud privilege and honor to be present at the VIT-AP convention, and I thank all the senior faculty members and all the prestigious invited guests in this auspicious occasion. And I have a few words to share for my fellow students here who are graduating today. Just from my experience, maybe some of it will be useful to you. Okay, and so let me start off by saying that in the last few decades we have seen a lot of changes in the careers of people. In my father's days, it was career for lifetime. Okay, so you join a place and you retire from that place. Okay, in my generation, some of it was still true, but in the last 10-15 years, it is has been more of you change according to the circumstances. Okay, and but the careers that you are going to face, my friends, are going to be very different. So it's going to be very dynamic, volatile, agile world. You must have heard the often word said called VUCA. Okay, so that's the world that you all are going to face, and but that's the reality. Okay, so I think you have to get prepared for that changing world. The dynamic world, and your careers may not be for lifetime. So So that means you always have to be prepared for what's coming next. Now, also, I mean, the way we look at career is, as I said, previous years when somebody used to join a company or an institution, they used to think that, okay, I will retire from this place, so I don't have to worry too much. It's like slow and steady wins the race. Okay. But with changing times, you are not even sure that you will work in this company. Or for a few months, you have to nurture the plant, you have to water the plant, you have to take care of it, and over a period of time the plant grows into a beautiful plant and lot of flowers and fruits it bears. The same way your career will also happen. There is nothing called a super fast or hyper fast career growth, because it is not possible to happen. It's not natural. So you have to be patient, though it's a changing and volatile dynamic environment. But you have to be patient with your career growth, and you have to nurture the way the nature nurtures us. The nature nurtures the plants and the trees, and it will happen over a period of time. The third is, I wanted to advise about the reputation that you're going to build over a period in your career. Okay, most of us are getting motivated by by maybe financial rewards. Okay, we often talk about CTC, etc., okay, as a point of comparison, but those are very, I would say, temporary and very transient. Okay, so what you have to think is that how do I build a reputation of myself, a reputation of my college, a reputation of my school, a reputation of the family that I belong to, a reputation of the society that I represent, or a reputation of the country that I belong to. You always have to keep that in mind, because you are representing them. Be it in this country, be it abroad, be it globally, wherever you are standing, you are not standing for yourself, you are representing somebody. Either you are representing a country, you are representing an organization, you are representing a college. So hence, it's very important that you make and build the reputation, so everybody who is associated with you will feel proud about it. All the other things like financial rewards, etc., will just follow through. The next is about, related to reputation, is decisions. People, as you grow into your career, every day you will have to take decisions. Okay, and those decisions will be based on many considerations. But there is something that I have recently also realized, that being engineers, and I am also an engineer by profession, and there is a tend to be very analytical in decision making. Okay, so numbers come first. Okay, so that has been, I think we have been taught also like that. Numbers come first, make decisions, logically, numerically. So that works for quite a few of the times, but may not work for every time. Okay, and I think as you grow in your career, you will feel things like intuition, things like perception. Okay, they are very crucial in taking very critical decisions. Be it decisions of your life, be it decisions of other people, be it decisions in the place you work. So do have a balance between your logical and analytical reasoning, and balance it through your emotional and also your perceptive and intuitive way of decisions. And it will be much better and very balanced decisions that you will take in your life. And I think to kind of wrap it up, saying that we all work for ourselves, we work for our families, okay, but do give a consideration to doing some act of kindness. So be it, again, it can be for the society you belong, or it can be for the school and college, or it can be for your community, or it can be for your country. Okay, So don't forget that the act of kindness is like a bank balance you're going to invest every month, every day on your life. And when you grow in your career, when you grow old, you will be very proud of that bank balance, okay? Because that will bring you more glory and more satisfaction than your actual bank balance, okay? And I think, thank you. And at the end of it, I think I would say, you have a very good start in your career. As I think was said here, you're coming, but be always conscious of the fact that this is the start point and you will have to take it much ahead in your life. So you will have to build upon the pedigree that you have got. You have to build upon the great history, the great tradition you have been into, and you have to carry and carry forward a great lineage of the college that you belong to. So there is a lot of work to be done, but I am sure you will be doing it. You will be making your country proud, you will be making your parents proud, and at the end of it, you will also feel proud about yourself.
Thank you, sir, for providing your encouraging words and motivating our graduates. I now invite the guest of honor, Sri Krishna Pakala, Associate Vice President and Executive Program Director, Cognizant, to deliver his address.
Okay. Am I audible? Okay, friends, my name is Krishna Pakala. I'm from Dallas, Texas.
Hello friends, my name is Krishna Pakala and so honored to be here amongst distinguished guests, among the leaders and among all these fortunate graduates who have paid the price to be here. We are celebrating for you, we are celebrating with you for what you have been through and what you have become today. And thanks for doing what you have and all the endless services the parents have given to make sure that you are what you are today. Let's give a big hand to all of you. It's a wonderful and proud moment just talking to our Chancellor Viswanathan Ji Garu and our Vice President Shankar Viswanathan Garu, Kota Reddy Garu, and just talking to all the distinguished guests and Sateesh Reddy Garu, and the names are endless when I start talking to all of them, and what they have all accomplished in their illustrious careers, how they have become lamplighters in taking this institution to where it is today. And it's such a wonderful feeling of accomplishment that you have goosebumps almost. Now, all of you have the exact same, probably, the periods and moments of your life when you have accomplished a certain thing. And today I'm so proud that all of you have done that. And I, coming from a technology background, I do want to spend a few minutes talking about where technologies are taking us and what are some of the technologies, and then a little bit give you some insights on where exactly we are heading. So part of what you probably have already seen, right? Nothing happens right away. Everything starts small, right? Everything, even VIT started small, and today look at what it is, right? So inch by inch, anything's a cinch. Yard by yard, everything is too hard. I'm sure you heard that saying before. Start small, wherever you are, in whatever you're doing, but make sure you don't give up. Inch by inch, make the progress and make it count. I've spent 23 years in the US, in Dallas, Texas, and for the last year I've been in India. Wonderful to see where India is, and wonderful to see how the opportunity is actually moving to India. I want to take a pause intentionally here. Beautiful opportunities and uproar happening in India like none other country. We have any CNN news channels you see, the age group which is less than 35 years old, which is the strength of India today, is making India happen. The leadership is right. The world stage is set. And you can see how India is conquering by leaps and bounds. You're going to witness this change as each of you take the leadership roles and move forward. And when you move forward, what are some of the leadership qualities you need to have? I'll cover that in a brief moment. Authenticity is one important element that's needed in today's world. When you walk out of this room, don't think that you have to be somebody else. Don't think that you have to talk like Krishna, walk like Suman, be like Sateesh Reddy Garu. No, you just have to be yourself and be the best you can be. That's what we want. Be an authentic leader when you walk out. Have a purpose. Satya Nadella has changed Microsoft. And you can see that Microsoft was great during Bill Gates' time, but you can see how Satya has adapted today. And Satya has literally tweaked the company in leaps and bounds. And I was on a few calls with Satya myself, with Cognizant Associates, and you can see how detail-oriented he gets. The reason I bring that is, there's not a single convocation that goes out without having an example of Steve Jobs, right? Recently I was reading an article on a flight coming here. Steve called Vic. I don't know if you guys know. Vic is the CEO and the leader of Google, right? So Steve calls him one Sunday, and this was before Steve passing, obviously. So Steve calls on one Sunday morning, and Vic gets an unknown number on his phone. He doesn't answer. He later sees the voicemail from Steve Jobs. It says, I called you because there's something very urgent I need to talk to you about. Please call me back. And Vic goes, oh my God, I didn't answer Steve Jobs' phone call. He picks up the phone at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and calls him. Sorry, Steve, I was in prayer Sunday morning. I was at a service. I couldn't get out. Steve says, he smiles and says, well, even if the caller ID said anything but God, I don't expect you to really answer the phone. It should say God. And then he says, the reason why I called you is because the second O in Google has a yellow gradient that is not right. I immediately put an engineer on it. I want you to fix that and make sure that yellow is just right. Look at the attention to detail Steve Jobs has in making sure that the yellow in the second O in a Google is just right before you can make sure that. And these examples are endless when you look at how the world leaders have created the world. And the reason I bring that example is to call upon, make sure that all of you, when you walk out, are giving your absolute excellence and that attention to detail. Doesn't matter what you do. And I quote Vivekananda Ji's when Suman also said, reminded me one important point there. See, you could have you could be a street sweeper for all you care. But sweep that street so clean that the gods of the heaven, when they go by, they stop and say, here lived a great street sweeper. Follow me? Now, when it comes to the technologies, and endless technologies, 6G for example is innovating all over the place. There are three main drawbacks in 5G. 5G has a lot of latency, and 5G is not able to download speeds that are excessive of 1000 kbps or Tbps. When you actually try and connect the dots on a 6G network, you're going to have human centricity with automation. You're going to enable machine learning at unprecedented speeds, where a human chip can talk to anything. Drones will be delivering your gadget packages to your home and not humans from Amazon. The reason is, all you will have is a small gadget put on your front door, and the drone will come and drop the package for you and walk away. That's not possible with 5G, but 6G is right around the corner. And we expect technology to go so much leaps and bounds. You already know about RPA, right? Robotic process automation, going all over the place. Anything that's human, copy, paste, cut, paste, whatever you're doing at home, or if you're doing certain things that are rudimentary, human evolution is changing that today. And RPA is going to be implemented right then and there. Right at the cusp of that, bots are there in every organization. We met with a CEO of Pepsi-Cola. There are about 16,000 bots implemented in their system all around the world. And guess what? They want to make it better. They want the bots to talk to cloud and make it even more impressive. And that's the solution we're working on. Augmented analytics. When you go back to augmented analytics, I'm telling you, everything about AI, the way we know today, artificial intelligence is changing. You probably only know AI as your vacuum cleaner that is automatically understanding, recognizing where the dirt is and go cleaning it. No, the AI is going to transform to where unprecedented levels, but it never remove human intelligence though. Like Elon Musk says, and he has a program called Neuralink. You probably can Google it and find out. Neuralink is so amazing that you can, with a touch of a button, how the sensors within your body will talk to the AI and make sure the human intelligence paired with the AI is the perfect deadly combination to solve any problem of the future of the world. I'm a technologist, so please, I'm gung-ho about technology, so if my talk has more technology sprinkled, please understand, And I'm an industry guy, so quantum computing. The reason I talk about quantum computing is COVID-19 has spilled a lot of stuff, opened up a lot of opportunities. Quantum computing has led a lot of physicists, researchers create vaccines. Before you saw the vaccine that you just got on your jab, that vaccine had 9,000 other vaccines that didn't make it. All of them were done in a laboratory using quantum computing. And one trend I want to talk about is blockchain. Blockchain is revolutionizing, and I want to talk about blockchain because you guys know probably Bitcoin and investing a little bit here and there, but blockchain is here to stay. The next 10 years, anything that people own, the data will be decentralized. The age-old structure about centralizing data and making sure you have a hub and spoke environment is all going to be gone. You're going to have distributed environments that will talk to each other, and blockchain will control most of that. So what does all this mean to you, right? So we talked about, and there is a important, when you walk out from this room, what happens? Khan Academy founder Sal Khan says one thing. Today, you cannot give any excuse when you walk out. You have the tools and you have the OTP platforms, everything out there to learn anything you want in a very short time. But what you need to develop is healthy habits when you walk out. Your habits will determine who you are when you walk out. If you are having the right set of habits that will differentiate you, the technology and the tools that are out there can only help you progress. So what are some of the things that you need to learn when I say habits? You need to develop towards tolerating frustration. You need to tolerate frustration as a leader when you walk out. You need to delay gratification. You cannot go out and say that I need something tomorrow right away, paycheck to paycheck, or just go for a quick jump for a 10 grand. I've stayed, and so to Suman's example, with 17 years with Cognizant, you know why? I can do what I want. I enjoy helping CIOs solve problems. That's it. When I have the platform and I have a free hand to go solve things, nothing stops me. I'm passionate about it. Whether they pay me, how much they pay me, doesn't matter. But guess what? The pay is automatic. You will be so blessed with the rewards that are unprecedented. Okay? Just make sure that you give it everything you got. Become less impulsive and less self-centered. So let it not be about you. See how you can reach out and make sure you reach up, you reach down, help somebody else along the way. Think big, take risks, try new things. Believe that you can solve all problems and encounter. So fear tolerated is faith contaminated. You know what that means. So if you let fear seep in that I cannot do something, and you sit back and you wait, eventually you will start feeling you cannot do it. So don't do ice and then dig a hole in the ice. You have to jump into the freezing and then you come back out and you take a shower. I cannot do that. Come on, it's snow. It is about 16 degrees, minus 16 degrees outside. Why would you even do that? Why can't I do that? There was fear. But before the fear kicks in, I jumped. I have pictures out there. And then I came out. It's a polar bear, right? It's a phenomenon in Minneapolis. The CIO challenged me, can you do it? There was a picture in his WhatsApp. Very next moment, here I am holding the polar bear contest. So be there. Make sure that you don't have that fear and make sure you replace fear with faith. Whatever you believe in, make sure you do that.
Communication, develop an art of communication. It's very important to invest in yourself. When you say communication, you argue. Learn to argue well, is all I say. Argue well. So there is not like what in the last 1 year I've been seeing the news channels and TV9 and all that, and how the politicians here they argue. No. Make sure you argue well. Decency is very important, and bring that. Be a prized possession. And how do you spell luck? Anybody in the room? It is spelled W-O-R-K. Luck has the best aroma of perspiration. If you are not perspiring, you are not getting lucky. Make sure you're working hard. W-O-R-K is luck. So one last example about Steve Jobs, and this is important to me. Steve Jobs, right? Again, you guys all know that we are not human beings, right? Having a spiritual experience. Or are we spiritual beings having a human experience? Ponder when you go home. Are you a human being having a spiritual experience, or are you a spiritual being having a human experience? Depends on your faith and your trust. But Steve Jobs, on his deathbed, ordered something which is very profound. He had a packet to deliver to all his people who came to his commemoration service when he is gone. And he planned it so well. There were 300 dignitaries out there, including Bill Clinton and a lot of people from White House, the CEOs of Who's Home, everybody was there in California. Guess what they got when they went home? A small packet. It was sealed, it was not to be opened during the convocation, during the commemoration service. It was a book called Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahamsa Yogananda. All these people, the roots of India, which is where every time and time Apple, when Steve didn't know where he was going, he used to come back to India, come to his roots, and come back and see the deepest secrets, go back and make a success in Pixel. But understand, the reason I bring that up is, know what your true north. It doesn't have to be Autobiography of a Yogi, but what is your true north? Make sure you know that, and let nothing else deviate from it. It is not making money, let me tell you that. You may be wanting a good paycheck right now when you go out, but eventually you realize your true north is much bigger than that. So, the class of 2022, I would like to leave you all with these thoughts. Be good, do good, but make good for everybody else. Be a smile millionaire when you walk out. You don't need $1 million to be a smile millionaire. You can just have a big smile when you go out. Be terminally optimistic about what you see in future. Have a happy heart, a humble heart, and most importantly, a happening heart. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for providing your valuable advice and vision to our graduates. May I have the privilege to request our chief guest, Dr. G. Sateesh Reddy, Scientific Advisor to Raksha Mantri, Ministry of Defence, to deliver the convocation address.
Namaskar. A very good morning. Honorable Chancellor, Shri Vishwanathan Ji, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Reddy, Vice President, Shri Shankar Vishwanathan, the two guests of honors today, Shri Shuman Rudra, Shri Krishna Pakala, and Dr. Jagadish the Registrar, the deans of the various faculties, the professors, associate professors, and other faculty members, the most importantly, the students who are graduating today from this university, VIT Amaravati, the guests and the parents of the students and present media who are present here. Once again, namaskar and very good morning to all of you. At the outset, let me congratulate all the students who are graduating today from this university and having a physical function which actually we were not having the privilege of having that in the last couple of years. And so you are a very happy people, the university is happy, all of us are also happy to have a physical function and get your graduation certificates and passing out of this university. And also my heartiest congratulations to Dr. Viswanathan ji and the entire his team for having built a beautiful campus here, having almost about 11,000 students here in this campus and having the second convocation and seeing that today have the physical convocation function in a beautiful way. And so my congratulations to everyone who is present here and best of luck to you. Friends, you're all very happy today receiving your graduation and moving out of this university today. And you're walking into the society and you're going to have a new life. And the university, the people who have taught you and who have imparted the knowledge to you will be happier when you become a successful person in our life and when you excel in your life, when you get a name for yourself, and that is the day the university will be celebrating and the university will be happy on your achievements. And so it's very important that how do you excel in your life, how to achieve in something great in your life. I think I heard just now Sri Krishna Pakala was mentioning that think big. This is one thing actually Dr. Kalam has always been saying, that think big. When you think big, only you can achieve big things or you can excel yourself. If you keep a target which is just an incremental target, you will never be able to achieve great things. So always our aim, our focus, our target should be great. That is what actually he used to say, dream, dream, dream. That dream that you will become a great engineer or a great lawyer or a great doctor or achieve something great in your life and then work for it to make the dream a reality. So that is what is very important today, and particularly for the youngsters who are passing out today. The scenario today in the country is completely different. There are a lot of changes which have happened, and today when you look at the IITs, which are the primary institutes in this country, most of the students about 10 years or 15 years back were going out of this country, almost 80 to 90%, and then various things used to happen. Now today, I can confidently say more than 75% of the students who are passing out of our IITs are staying back in the country today. That's the statistics today. And similarly, when you look at about 10 years back, independent of the faculty from department from which they have come out, most of the students were moving towards information communication technology, IT, mostly. Even I went to an NIT, I went to a metallurgy department, there were 42 students, 35 of them were joining the IT industry. This is about 10 years back. Whereas today, it is again a change scenario. All the youngsters who are coming out are working in varieties of areas. Today, the people talk in robotics, they work in metallurgy, they work in advanced materials, they work in propulsion technologies, they work in engines, they work in various chemistry related, drones, power supplies, batteries related, varieties of work. That's the one sea change again what has happened. And then the country is seeing lots of startups coming out today. It's not just everyone who is passing out of the engineering colleges or other institutions are looking for jobs to join in industry or something like that and all that. That scenario also is changing. Many of the youngsters are trying to come out to have their own startup today. I'll again give you statistics today. 2016, in India there were 471 startups. Today in 2022, we have, as per the registered startups with the Government of India, are close to 75,000 startups. That's the change that is happening. Many new areas. If you look at the drones, the number of startups which have come up in the country today, at least recently what Honorable Prime Minister has come and participated in an exhibition and workshop in Delhi. There are more than 150 startups which have shown their various products. And country has become a hub for drones. Varieties of technologies, varieties of applications, like what Sri Krishna Pakala was saying, lots of applications. So many things are happening in the country in that direction. And similarly, look at space, defense technologies. Lots of things are happening recently. Youngsters, just 22, 23 years old people are coming out and trying to work in the technologies what it is. People have made many satellites, micro satellites, mini satellites, and they are launching using ISRO satellite, ISRO launch vehicles over there. There are some startups which have come up with their own launch vehicles today. The people are working on propulsion technologies. There is a student, young student who has come from Coimbatore, just 23 years old boy, worked on a propulsion technology which is used for interplanetary motions of various satellites. There are people who are working on high temperature composites today. Youngsters who have come out with many things. There are people who are working on green propulsion technologies. This is the way lots of startups which are coming up and people are working and trying to have many students, young students or young people who are coming out with them and trying to establish and make many technologies. This is one important development what has happened in the country in the last 7-8 years. Friends, if you look at, yes, the country over decades has gone through lots of technological evolutions, has come out with many things which this country is proud of. Look at the Department of Space, what an achievement what they had. The PSLV, the GSLV, the PSLV having a continuous successes of about more than 50 in a row without a fail in between. The same PSLV going to Moon, PSLV going to Mars, and now we have our own cryogenic engine, we have our own GSLV which puts the satellites in the geostationary orbit, and we are trying to send a human being into the space. Many achievements. Very few nations in the world who have achieved that sort of a thing have been achieved by this country. Similarly, look at in the defense technologies which actually I come from. Lots of achievements. The types of missiles what we have today in the country, we are a self-reliant nation in the missiles. You have lots of missiles have been developed. You talk about Prithvi, Yagni, Akash, Trishul, Nag, Astra, and many systems what have been developed, BrahMos, and we are one of the 5-6 nations in the world who have developed such class of missiles. And some time back, it was being mentioned that Mission Shakti, the anti-satellite test which this nation has done, we have become the 4th nation after Russia, America and China to have neutralized the satellite in the low Earth orbit with accuracies of about few centimeters. We are the 4th nation. We have developed our own fighter aircrafts, LCA Tejas. Country should be proud that Indian Air Force has ordered 123 aircrafts which are designed and developed here in the country, which are going into the Indian Air Force through Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. We have developed our own air-independent propulsion which makes the submarine stay underwater for more than 15 years. We are more like the second country in the world after Germany which has done the technology today. And the artillery gun, 155 artillery gun ATACs, which the country has developed, which we have not developed earlier, a gun which has been used recently at Red Fort on 15th of August, which Prime Minister has declared. That time, the first indigenous gun sound is heard today on the 15th August from Red Fort. Is the gun which has the world's longest range. No other nation has got a 155 artillery gun which our gun has got in the world. That is developed. And just, I think 15-20 days back, you have seen Honorable Prime Minister commissioning the indigenously developed aircraft carrier for Indian Navy, which is INS Vikrant. A massive aircraft carrier system built in this country with an indigenous content close to about 75 to 80%, with the steel what has been used, tens of thousands of steel which is developed in this country have been used. So you look at, there are many achievements which this nation has seen. But then, yes, we should be happy, we have done this, we have brains and we people have been doing excellent work, but then there's a lot to achieve. We need to become a stronger nation. We need to be secure economically. We need to be secure our borders. Are many things. We should be secure with our waters, we should be secure with our energy and whatnot, and we should be having here in the country. That's why when you look at the calls given by Honorable Prime Minister, first he gave the call of making it. You collaborate with somebody, let the industry come here or collaborate, but make in this country that it is coming out of this country. You will have the manufacturing technology, you will have a lot of jobs and things like that. That's the call what he has given first. The second call later what he has given is Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India. What does it mean? Self-reliant India means you should have the design capability, you should have the development capability, you should have the manufacturing capability. That means you should have know-how and know-why, everything known to you. You are not dependent on anybody. You are self-sufficient and self-reliant, and you are able to do everything. And the next version of the systems and next future systems you will be able to develop from this is the call given. That is where all the people in the country have taken up, and many things are happening. That's how all these startups and many things which have come to the country and trying to develop. That is where many areas of focus. A lot of work is going on. You talk about most of the things which are happening in the country, advanced materials, advanced manufacturing, the IoT things what are happening, the quantum technologies what again Sri Krishna spoke about. We are one of the first countries who have established a quantum communication between two cities at 100 kilometers distant apart. Maybe we are the fourth country or third country in the world who have established a communication like that. A lot of work is going on in that. High power lasers, high power electromagnetic communications, space related things, cyber related things, lots of work started. The Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, is working with about more than 400 academic institutes today on various technologies, advanced technologies, futuristic research, and having a budget of close to about 1,200 crores investing in the academic institute today. That is the type of thing. There are more than about 3,000 research associates who have just passed out of the universities and academic institutes who are working on these projects today. And there are about 15 centers of excellence established in various areas which are coming out with one of the most advanced technologies. Delhi IIT is coming out with the world's lightest bulletproof jacket coming from Indian Institute of Delhi today. Almost it is already going through the test through the centers of excellence today. So a lot of things are happening in this and also trying to support the startups, trying to support the MSMEs in a big way. Leaving aside the schemes which are there with the Department of DPIIT and NITI Aayog, other industry departments and other places, just look at Ministry of Defence. You all people must be knowing about the IDEX. To promote the innovation in the youngsters, there are lots of contests, hackathons and things like that, whatever I have seen here also happening, and trying to promote and trying to fund the industries. And lots of industries which have come, and that's how many of the drones in the country have been developed in many other countries. Many other technologies also being developed through IDEX program in a big way in the country. Similarly, DRDO has a scheme called Technology Development Funding. That actually promotes the research and technologies development in the startups and MSCs. And you come out with a problem definition and a solution to it, a design, to make actually that concept a reality. The funding is given by DRDO. It used to be earlier about 10 crore rupees. Recently, Honorable Raksha Mantri Sri Rajadhani Singh has enhanced it to 50 crore rupees now. So any industry which comes out and works out and says that this is a solution for the defense of the country or the security of the country, or it's a dual purpose issue, then the government can fund it up to 50 crore rupees, which already about 60 such MSMEs and startups have availed. Let it be anything. It can be in the cyber security area also, or whatever it is area also, lots of things. In fact, actually, for people like you who are graduating, when you come out, you are at a crossroads. You are not very sure what exactly you want to do if you want to start an industry or a startup yourself, because you will be looking for funding, you will be looking for industry, you will be looking for the space and whether you need to invest or not, are you sure of the marketing of that particular product and things like that. And so, the incubation centers which are there in the universities, if you take a space in the incubation center and you take the guidance of your professor, even for that, through the incubation centers, this funding can be given. So these are all the various encouragements which are happening in the government of India to support various things. And that is where you are trying to see that today's gaps are filled and today your inputs are reduced and then you are becoming more and more self-reliant is what actually look at. And next, the third call given by the Honorable Prime Minister from there onwards is make for the world. Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, and make for the world. This is a very important call what is being given. Friends, one thing we have to see. For decades, India has been a technology follower. The advanced nations develop something and then we try to see that and we also develop it after 5 years or 10 years and then we also say that we have developed this. This trend has to change. There are lots of things which are being imported even today. This trend again has to be changed. If this country has to become prosperous, if this country has to become a strong nation, it is what we have to develop. It is completely technology what can drive this. Technology is the one which can make this nation prosperous. We should come out with most advanced technologies which the world has not seen. Change from technology follower to technology leader. We should come out with the solutions which the world has not seen. Let it be small, let it be big, whatever systems it is. And that is what changes the whole scenario. Today look at the manufacturing industry. You go to any workshop in the country, most of the machines we are using and making various products, but the machines are all imported. And we need to make. It's not difficult. You think you can make anything. You can make in no time. I'm telling you, the way the people, the country, the institutions, the education institutions, industry has responded in the COVID pandemic, things have happened just like that. This country was not having a ventilator, high-end ventilator being produced here in the country when the pandemic has happened. And we were looking for ventilators. Within just a period of 3 months, design, development, production, testing, certification, everything happened. 30,000 ventilators were delivered on 14th of August 2019 by this country and another 30 have come. Just 3.5 months. And you were not having earlier. So that is the type of a response what this country can give. And that is what we need to do. And we need to do it quickly. And we don't have time. And so we need to work on things which are actually most advanced and the things which the world has not seen, working on futuristic technologies and make the systems which are first of its kind. And everyone has to play a role. In that, most important is, as the Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Viswanathan ji has said, academic institutes play a major role in that. The core research in anywhere happens in the academic institutes. The basic research happens. That is the fundamental for taking it to a technology development and to a product development. And so that needs to happen. Our education institutions need to be strengthened by various means, by government, by ourselves, by private, by industries, and many things. Industry-academia collaboration, R&D academia collaborations in a big way happening, and make our academic institutes also stand in the first 100 institutes. We should have a number of institutions here in the country. I just want to say one thing. We all expect here that the country should do miracles. The country should do world's best things. We want to have ASAT, we want to have aircraft carriers, or we want to see cryogenic engine, or we want to go to Mars, or wherever it is, and we want to be the best. And we should also have the best academic institutes in the country, which also stand in the first 10 or first 20 or first 50. And that is what we need to do. So that is why actually the trend is changing today. I think definitely we are going to have the ranks of the academic institutes are every year improving in the country today. As we have seen in the VIT rankings also, our VIT rankings now today. And the people who have gone abroad, who are studying there, who have done the research there, who have done the postgraduates, most of them are coming back. The new IITs, what we are seeing, many of them are filled with the youngsters who have gone abroad, who have done the postgrad there, are coming back. And I am sure that the rankings of the academic institutes in the country will go up. That will make the change in the country, that you can develop the new technologies and future technologies. And with that, the R&D institutes in the country should take this basic research to applied research and close to a translational research. Work on those technologies, trying to develop them, building the infrastructure in the country. And youngsters like you, with the startups, industries, coming with innovations with these technologies, coming out with the innovative product, which actually the world gets attracted to that product is the most important thing. Imagine whichever product, we talk about 60 products, or we talk about anything else, or any other related things today, the country has got a solution, whether it is a software solution or a hardware solution, which world doesn't see, and so which makes entire world, every nation in the world buys an Indian product. Every country has a product from India. That is the change what brings, and that is the time what country becomes prosperous and proud of you. And so this happens out of every individual who are here. Imagine there are at least 5-6 youngsters who have come and who are working on quantum technologies today in the country, where actually a lot of foreign companies are trying to collaborate with them. That is what is you individuals. That is what I was telling. If you individual excel, your team excels, your institution excels, and thereby the nation excels. So individual excellence is important, how you think, how do you make forward, and this environment is very conducive today to support you all. And so think each one of you as the important people, great people who are coming in the world today. You also can become that, and you will be excelling, and that's how the nation excels. So think not to just join somewhere and work somewhere, and you can employ, and you can give employment to many people, and you will be able to come out with solutions which are very great and which actually the world gets attracted. And that's how the nation becomes prosperous, and that is what actually becomes the make for the world. And so I appeal to all of you. You are all great minds, you have great things to do in the life, and nation is dependent on the youngsters today, and come out with great solutions and make this country proud, make your product, sell all over the world, you become individually excellent, excel, and you become prosperous, and thereby nation become prosperous. And the university becomes proud of you, and you will be sitting here as the chief guest or guest of honor, and you will be receiving the honoris causa from this university, and everyone becomes proud of all of us. My best wishes to you. Jai Hind, Namaskar.
Thank you, sir, for the inspirational address that would be a guiding light to our graduates and those who would follow. I now invite Professor Jagdish C. Mudiganti, Registrar, to announce the gold medalists and rank holders. I request the Chancellor to issue their certificates and the Chief Guest and the Guest of Honor to present the medals to the candidates.
Honorable Chancellor, I present unto you gold medalists and rank holders of various programs. Program M.Tech Integrated 5-Year Software Engineering. Gold medalist Manda Janavi. Second rank, Gautam N. Samineni Saidi. Rank 4, Samarth Kolesia Y. Abhinav. Rank 6, Ramalakshmi Prasanna. Rank 7, Sai Shashank Justin Abraham. Rank 9, Varsha. Rank 10, Soumya Sudipta, Sai Sindhu Reddy. Program B.Tech Computer Science and Engineering. Gold medalist Varshita Chaudhary. Rank 2, Argya Biswas. Rank 3, Arushi Jha. Rank 4, Sukhmani Kaur Sandhu. Rank 5, Safia Mubin. Rank 5, Prasanna Nagasatya Preeti. Rank 7, Avjit Nair. Rank 8, Priyatam Brahma, Samira. Rank 10, Glenn Paulson, Varun Chaudhary, Yashwant Sai. Program B.Tech Computer Science and Engineering with specialization in data analytics. Gold medalist K. Aditya. Second rank Suhrut Mali Reddy. Third rank Gurmeher Singh Soni. Fourth rank Taha Junaid. Fifth rank Hema Vahini. Sixth rank Anshika Singh. Seventh rank Lakshmi Pratyusha. Eighth rank Srichand. Ninth rank Rishabh Singh. Adesh Pritesh. Program B.Tech Computer Science and Engineering with specialization in networking and security. Gold medalist Sai Krishna Chaitanya. Second rank Suresh Kumar Nair. Third rank Swarnimam. Fourth rank Aniket. Fifth rank Venkata Girish Kumar. Sixth rank Hema Varshini. Seventh rank A. Karthik. Sai Abhishek. Ninth rank Venkata Sai Krishna Prasanna. Tejeshwar Rao. Program B.Tech Electronics and Communication Engineering, Gold Medalist A. Jashwant. Second rank Sai Dhanush. Third rank Sai Pallavi. Fourth rank Dheeraj Kumar. Fifth rank Sri Bala Harish. Raghava Sai Indra. Seventh rank Prithvi Charan Reddy. Eighth rank D. Rohitu Jairam. 10th rank Rohit Kumar. Program B.Tech Electronics and Communication Engineering with specialization in embedded systems. Gold medalist Sri Vidya. Second rank B. Aditya. Yasin Shahid Ikram. Program B.Tech Electronics and Communication Engineering with specialization in VLSI. Gold medalist Nitin Krishna. Second rank Venkata Nageshwar Rao. Third rank Nagasiva Prani. Program B.Tech Mechanical Engineering. Gold medalist Divya Sandeep Mudaliyar. Second rank Sharvil Anand. Third rank Ajay Rohit. Program Bachelor of Business Administration. Gold medalist P. Alekia. Second rank Pranati. Third rank Tejo Narayana. Program M.Tech VLSI Design. Gold medalist Sandeep Kumar.
I now invite Professor Ravindra Dooli, Dean Academic Research, to declare the degrees of doctoral candidates.
Honorable Chancellor, I present unto you Chavva Subbareddy and 6 others for the award of degree of Doctor of Philosophy, who have been duly certified by the University after examination and have qualified to receive the said degree. Chavva Subbareddy, Guide Dr. Ravishankar Sakram. I request Dean Madam to accompany. Sheikh Tahir Basha, Guide Dr. Ravindra Dooli. Sappireddy Subbareddy, Guide Dr. J. Harikareddy. Vijay Kumar Kambala, Guide Dr. J. Harikareddy. Ellamandaya S, Guide Dr. Purnachan Nalluri. Nelatur Nagendra Reddy, Guide Dr. Deepak Kumar Panda. Kurtudeepa Bhol, Guide Dr. Umakanta Nanda.
I now invite Professor S.V. Sudha, Dean. I now invite Professor S.V. Sudha, Dean, School of Computer Science and Engineering, to declare the graduates list.
Honorable Chancellor, I present unto you Ms. Varshita Chowdhury and 259 others for the award of B.Tech Computer Science and Engineering. Mr. Katal Aditya and 143 others for the award of B.Tech Computer Science and Engineering with specialization in data analytics. Mr. Gandhi Chetty Sai Krishna Chaitanya and 117 others for the award of B.Tech Computer Science and Engineering with specialization in networking and security. Ms. Manda Janvi and 138 others for the award of Integrated M.Tech in Software Engineering. All these candidates have been duly certified by the university after examination and have qualified to receive the said degrees.
I now invite Professor Umakanta Nanda, Dean, School of Electronics Engineering, to declare the graduates list.
Honorable Chancellor, I present unto you Mr. Ravirala Sandeep Kumar and 6 others for the award of M.Tech VLSI Design. Mr. Akula Jaswant and 95 others for the award of B.Tech Electronics and Communication Engineering. Ms. Alapati Srividya and 19 others for the award of B.Tech Electronics and Communication Engineering with specialization in embedded systems. M. Nitish Krishna and 23 others for the award of B.Tech Electronics and Communication Engineering in VLSI. All these candidates have been duly certified by the university after examination and are qualified to receive the said degrees.
I now invite Professor P.S. Ramashrikant, Dean, School of Mechanical Engineering, to declare the graduates list.
Honorable Chancellor, I present unto you Ms. Divya Sandip Mudaliyar and 36 others for the award of B.Tech Mechanical Engineering. All these candidates have been duly certified by the university after examination and are qualified to receive the said degrees.
I now invite Professor Raghavendra, Associate Dean, VIT-AP School of Business, to declare the graduates list.
Honorable Chancellor, I present unto you Ms. Tummala Alithya and 25 others for the award of Bachelor of Business Administration. All these candidates have been duly certified by the university after examination and are qualified to receive the said degrees.
I now invite Registrar to declare the degrees of candidates in absentia.
Honorable Chancellor, I present unto you Ratna Rajiv Mulpuri and several others in absentia who have been duly qualified to receive their degrees in the various branches of engineering, technology and management of the university.
I call upon the graduates to stand up and take the pledge and request the Chancellor to administer the pledge.
We shall, in thought, word and deed, ever endeavor to be scrupulously honest in the discharge of our duties in our profession and shall uphold the dignity and integrity of our profession and the honor of our university. We shall uphold and advance social order and the well-being of our fellow members and shall devote all our energy to promote unity, integrity and the secular ideals of our country. By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of the VIT-AP University, I admit you to the several degrees both in person and in absentia in the various disciplines for which you have been declared qualified by the university, and in token thereof you have been presented with degrees, and I authorize you to wear the robes ordained as the insignia of your degrees.
I request Honorable Chancellor to dissolve the convocation.
I hereby dissolve the second convocation of VIT-AP University.
Stand for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय जय
भारत माता की जय भारत माता की जय
For the group photograph, I request you to come in a group of 10 people together. One at a time, 10. Rank holders, kindly come in the number of 10.
Forward to a last. 10 people go quick. 10 people. You count yourself 10. Sir, others, Karishma.
Others can leave. I request you to wait and let the procession first leave and then you can leave. Kindly be seated. You can leave. Can we have the next 10 please?
Okay.
Next 10.
Move from the side. Okay, ready? Thank you.
I request the next 10 please come and line up here.
Okay, thank you.
All of you can join.
Thank you. Thank you.
I request all the guides to also come. Can we have all the guides also?
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I request all of you to rise.
ఫోన్ మాట్లాడుతున్నావు
అరే ఇదే